Silence! It's time! It's time! It's
time for another episode of the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker?
Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and get back and get back and get grab a six-pack, sit back and prepare to laugh. It's Drunk Dash Nerds podcast. Grab a six-pack,
welcome everybody, this is the Drunk Dash Nerds podcast, episode 47, and I am your host, the Jack of Hearts, and with me this week is our original crew, obviously, consisting of Knuckles. How you doing?
Better than last week and the week before last.
Oh.
Herpes sucks.
Yeah, I went to the hospital to cure my herpes.
Found out no one wanted to tell him that there actually is no cure.
Oh, actually no, I got cured.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
The cure is pot and alcohol.
And he has some nasty scars as a result of it.
Yeah. He's showing us.
Yeah, man. I don't know, some backwater doctor I've never been to. She seemed to know what she was doing with her genitals.
After he got done working on him, Knuckles was like, "How much is that gonna cost me? I'm gonna need about $350."
Oh man! And that other voice you're hearing is Gingerboy. So Gingerboy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, guys. Having a good fun week here. I just started my vacation today. I'm off till Monday. Pretty excited.
Yeah.
But I got some good news, mainly for Jack here.
What's up? Okay.
I have decided that on May 30th, I'm getting a Wii U.
Oh, awesome, man! Yeah, she's getting it.
Yep. Yeah. I already got $100 in store credit at GameStop. All I gotta do is, I got $40 in cash saved up, and I got 3 paychecks between now and then. I'm gonna put the money away, and hopefully I'll get it on May 30th. It'll be cutting it close, but I should be able to get it.
What happened to your WrestleMania looking for a new apartment?
That's priorities, man.
Priorities. I thought your priorities were WrestleMania.
I got a $300-some gaming console. It takes more priority to get a new apartment. That's just awesome.
No, I got 2 years to save up for WrestleMania. That's not until 2016. I just gotta save up $1,000 before next October.
That's like me wanting to save money to go to Vegas this fall, but I'm not saving money.
Yeah. No.
At least you get to play some Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I don't have the money for WrestleMania until like October 2015, so I'm good. I got a whole.
Yeah, I can actually play online for once.
Yeah. Yep. That's what's going on with me.
So you're actually getting like that Mario Kart bundle that they're having?
Yep.
Which one are you getting? What bundle are you getting?
The Mario Kart 8 bundle.
I thought there was more than one bundle.
No, there's just one. But then
there is more than one like Wii U bundle, but he's just getting the Mario Kart 8 one since it has all that stuff.
Yeah, then you get to choose between 4 free games. We talked about it a little bit last week, but yeah, you could pick between Zelda, Wind Waker, Pikmin 3, New Super Mario Brothers, or Wii Party U. So
you're picking up all those.
No, you're just picking up.
You get to pick one.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's taking all of them because he's gonna buy all of them.
No.
Oh god.
No, I won't do that. I'll probably just get whatever one's more expensive between Zelda and Pikmin 3, and I'll eventually buy the other one when that's my plan.
My recommendation for you, Tyler, is probably get Wind Waker HD since hey, free anyway. You don't have to spend like so much for the remake and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
Yeah, I figure that's one I'm probably leaning towards right now, just because I love Zelda, especially Wind Waker.
Also, the thing I would recommend is probably like a 500 gig, like say HD, like not HD, but 500 gig external hard drive, maybe like a Toshiba or whatsoever.
500 gigabytes. Of
maybe
RAM.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Maybe like
that would be expensive.
I know that would be expensive.
In my $300 system, yeah.
No, I remember like when Wii U launched and stuff. When I got that system, I got that external hard drive because I got the basic model, which was like freaking cheaper, and it only had like 8 gigs of storage. So I figured, hey, you know what? I'm in an external hard drive since it's compatible, so I get a something called like a Y cable. Something like where it had like the two female prongs and like the one male prong or something like that, the opposite side. I know. One male, two females. Anyway.
That's the dream.
That's the dream of every American male, honestly.
We're a magazine.
Anyway, long story short,
how much is it all gonna cost me though?
Man, you know what? That hard drive in general, it depends on what you want, pretty much. But it cost me like $50 or $60. That thing, but
no, the correct answer is about $350.
Well, anyway, let's go into what we've been playing since we're on the subject of playing stuff. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose randomly. Knuckles, since you weren't here last week, man, what you been playing?
Was it that random? There was 3 people here, and you're hosting, so you're not going to go first.
Well, no.
It's a 50-50 shot you're going to me. It's not that random.
I know. But it's random in my mind.
It fits under definition of random.
Alright, whatever. Well, unlike most weeks we record, I actually been playing new games. Ooh. And by new games, I mean not so new games. But I've been playing. I picked up Final Fantasy 14 for the PS4.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying it. Wish I had more people to play with. Like, I like the combat style, but yeah, I was playing. Got noticing something about. I start off as a high classy person.
Yeah.
But the better armor I get, the more trashier I look.
Yeah. So you just gradually like lose clothing each
time
you
like
progress? Paris
Hilton?
No.
Oh.
Not Paris Hilton. I'm actually when you start the game, after you finalize your character, you start the game in a cutscene, and basically you're in carriage, driving to whatever city your class is based out of. And they're normally wearing this high fancy clothing, but it's normally weak and pathetic. So whenever you get to the town, you upgrade to the strongest armor you can buy.
Mm-hmm.
And I went from these high classy like silk cloths to basically a garbage bag.
So once you get out to level 99 or whatever the cap is or something like that, you're just going to be wearing like G-strings and stuff like that?
Hopefully, if I can get enough money, I can afford the birthday suit armor.
Ooh. Sounds like my style. I'm wearing that right now, actually.
Wow. I'm glad I'm not looking at the camera. But
I know.
Yeah, I was just playing. It's like, you can actually go naked right off the bat, too.
What? Really?
Yeah, you're in, pretty not naked, but pretty much in your underwear. And occasionally I'll see people running around the world wearing nothing, and I see them run out in the open, and a giant fucking monster starts attacking them, and they just get crit hit and die. And then I run over, kill the monster, then teabag the corpse.
Oh, that sounds pretty hilarious.
Yeah, but
necrophilia, yeah.
Not necrophilia. I'm trying to revive them.
What, your balls in their face?
Head. Here, let me revive you. Click, 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 click.
Yeah, pretty much. But I also been playing. I picked up Borderlands 2 for the Vita.
Okay, now how is this?
Kind of it's First off, it's Borderlands 2.
Okay.
It looks just like Borderlands.
Okay.
Which is kind of, but since it is ported by a third-party developer, it looks like Borderlands, but it doesn't feel like Borderlands.
Huh? Like, what does it feel like?
They've decreased.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's like nerfed down Borderlands 2, pretty much. Like, they cut from 4 people in your game, you can only have one other co-op partner.
Okay.
Oh.
So basically, yeah. So from 4 Vault Hunters down to 2, But from those 2 Vault Hunters, you can pick from any of the 6 classes.
Okay.
Because the Vita version gives you the Psycho and Necromancer DLC for free, which I think is cool. And another positive thing about it is that it's cross-play.
Oh, okay.
But since it gives you the free characters, or it gives you the DLC characters, and if you don't have the DLC on your PS3, some people might not know this, and pick a character they haven't played as before, all the DLC characters, and when they go to upload the characters on the main menu, you can't play on your PS3 because you don't have the DLC that's required.
Oh, that sounds pretty shitty.
And it's kind of a letdown, yeah. But they've utilized a unique way to play the game, because on your controller you have the L1, L2, R1, R2, and on the Vita you only have L and R. So you're hitting the back screen of the Vita makes you do the melee attack, and tapping on the front screen throws your grenades. And if you have big hands like I do, you tend to touch the back screen and the front screen a lot, which can fuck you up when you're in a battle.
Doesn't that version though have like... Yeah, but doesn't this version like have like customizable like control options though?
I'm not sure. I haven't delved too far into it. I've just picked my character and started the story.
I would honestly suggest looking at it.
I played Rand.
Because I think I've heard somewhere, like maybe on the podcast I was listening to a few weeks back, that could be like an issue or so like that. But yeah, check the settings. I think there is like a way you can actually remap the buttons.
Well, for people who've played Borderlands 2, here's a negative thing about it. Some of the audio issues are pretty bad.
Oh, really?
For the Vita version. Like at the beginning, you have that annoying claptrap talking to you the entire time. Well, he continues to talk. The person-to-person dialogue is fine. There's no real problem with it. But when the claptraps, like for me, I was getting to the little Hyperion blockade that was right there at the start, where you have to use the claptrap to open it, and he doesn't open it. He doesn't get a chance to open it. Well, when Angel talks to you, her volume's down low, and you can still hear the claptrap whining and moaning over her dialogue.
Oh, man.
And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with it? And occasionally she'll pop in louder, but then she'll go back to that low voice.
Also, it alternates like between the volume high and low. God.
Yeah, but I've only noticed that it does it to her character.
Only to her.
So far.
Sexist.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 is sexist.
She's one of the main characters, too.
Which if you played Borderlands 2, you know how she has a huge impact on the game.
Yep.
But the only really other game I've been playing is I picked up Trials Fusion. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say, Gingerboy, every race that I've completed, I've beaten your time in.
I'm gonna have free time this week, so I'll have to go back and destroy you. Everything, and you'll never play the game again.
Like you, I'm also on vacation, so I'll just come back and destroy you again.
Well, I have other games to play, so never mind. That's fine.
He's like, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, my only problem with that game, though, is it seems like the difficulty, like, just kind of ramps up pretty rapidly. Like,
yeah,
once you're having, like, I went through like the first 3 worlds without, I don't think having, I think I only had 1 or 2 where I actually crashed, but then like the next world, all of a sudden, like 20, 30 attempts.
Yeah, you'll go from a straight world where you're just doing jumps and trying to land those jumps to the next world is okay, now you're doing jumps. Now you're doing ups and down hills.
Yeah.
Now you're doing roundabouts. Now you're doing a full circle.
Yeah.
And then you do the loop to loop, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it wasn't like a subtle increase in difficulty. Like it kind of like it was working out the first 3 worlds. Like it was fine. Yeah, then all of a sudden you got to like it was easy. Then it was still pretty easy. Then it was like, all right, it's a little tougher, but we're getting through it. And then it was just like, okay, we're gonna be here for about a half an hour to get through this first level.
Yeah. And I was having more trouble with the tutorial levels than I was playing through the first 3 worlds.
Yeah, I hate the tutorial levels. And those, I wish I could just skip them.
Yeah, I did too.
Are they that bad?
And it's like that level where you're just learning. Oh, you can use your left analog stick to do moves.
Yeah, basically it's just like if you've never played the game before, but even if you've never played the game before, you don't need to go through this. It's like it's so simple, the training level they make you go through. It's just, and it's like this lady talks to you for like 45 seconds to a minute to explain how to like balance your guy just by moving the analog stick.
So you take
it's like
pretty much like the first half an hour or so, like going through the freaking trial, right?
No, what it is every world at the first level in every world is the tutorial.
Okay.
So like the first one's like the complete basics, how to reverse, how to brake, or how to brake, the gas, balancing, and then like the next world's like, all right, here's how you deal with these jumps. The next world's like, all right, now I got some loop to loops and how to like best way to go, like every world has their own, and just kind of just shows you the new things you're gonna see in that world you're in.
All right, well, let's see. Knuckles is pretty much all you've been playing, right?
Yeah, and I want to go back to Borderlands 2 real quick. Turned on my Vita and checked the settings.
Yeah.
It looks like you can't really change the buttons.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and also, there's no real sprinting either.
There's no sprinting?
Yeah, I haven't been able to find out how to sprint.
Like
it's not like click down the left analog stick or nothing.
Well, that's the thing.
For the Vita, you can click in your analog.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
You can. All right. I've never played the Vita before, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, anyway, let's go on to Gingerboy.
I need the Vita XL.
Oh, the Vita XL.
Is that a thing?
No, because you know Sony. They go smaller. They don't go bigger.
That's true.
That's very true. All right, Gingerboy, what you been playing?
Yeah, so I've been playing. I just picked up MLB The Show.
Yeah.
So I haven't really got a chance. I mean, I played like the first 4 games. My first game though, I hit 3 home runs, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh, that's good news.
But yeah, I've literally only got to play it for 45 minutes. The only annoying thing with it though is that so far is you can't actually you can set up your Road to the Show character, but you can't play the game until the game has completely installed. So I basically sat around for 2 hours waiting for it to install.
Ugh.
You have the initial install, but you can't actually before the 15-second install to get into the game, and you can set stuff up. You just can't actually start playing the game itself. So yeah, basically by the time I got ready, it was time to record. No, but the one I really want to talk about is, and Jack, I want to give you a Google Chat hug.
Okay.
I'm hugging you right now to my camera for talking about this game last week. I picked up Child of Light, and I beat it.
You beat it
already.
You actually
beat it. Yes. So you guys know me. I like to play games for an hour. I've talked about it before on the show. I usually play a game for an hour or two, put it down. This game, I had a little bit of a food poisoning on Saturday, so I really wasn't gonna go anywhere. So I started playing the game. It was probably I got off work, and started playing the game Saturday at 4:00 in the afternoon. And next thing I know, it is almost 11 o'clock at night, and I'm still playing this game. I don't know when's the last time I've done that. I don't know. But yeah, I was sitting there playing. I had one. I was like, I'll play it for a little bit long. I had one eye open. It's 12:30 at night, and I'm just sitting there still playing it. No, but then I first thing I did Sunday morning, I woke up and I played it from 7 to noon and finally beat the game. So I think we did 2 sit-ins. 2 sit-ins in a less than 24-hour period. I played through this game. But what Child of Light is it's a fairy tale kind of story where, I mean, if you know any fairy tale, you kind of know what the story's going to be. It's a little more. It's not adult, but it's not so kid friendly either.
Right.
I wouldn't. I'd say maybe it's a teen game, but it does deal with death. But like Jack talked about last week, is basically a girl. Her mother dies at like a young age, and she's like a princess, and her father's a king, and she marries this woman, her stepmother, and that night she passes away in her sleep, and she goes into this world, and basically like there's all these like weird creatures in the world, like there's evil, like there's spiders. Yep.
And spiders, very evil.
Yeah, I mean, but there's like weird creatures in the world, and then like spiders, weird like scorpion like things that shoot arrows at you. A lot of cool different enemies and stuff in the game. Then you have like warthogs and dogs and stuff you've seen before. It's an RPG, like a turn-based RPG. But yeah, so the story is basically like this evil, like this world you're in was a happy place, and this evil, like they had the queen that ran it, everybody was happy, and then the evil came in and the queen was gone, and it just everything turned to crap, and all these creatures came in.
Alan Wake.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of the story is somewhat kind of the same there, but yeah, everything got turned dark, but then you have all these you meet all these cool companions throughout the game. Like one of the first ones you meet is a carnival juggler.
Yep.
That lost her brother and can't find. I think she's trying to find the carnival, and you'll find there's side missions you could do. But then you find I have a mouse that was also an accountant.
What?
Basically all the mice in the game are accountants, and they live in this one town together.
What?
There's a lot of weird. Yeah,
it's
there's
whoever made that game was on acid.
It's a weird. It's a Ubisoft game, which really surprised me. And I also want to talk about was the art style is gorgeous. So this game, it's almost it's like a children's book. Like you would read like a kid, like a book when you were a child, but it's come to life, and it's it has all I love the background is
now you're definitely sounding like Alan Wake.
Well, no, it really is. It's like you read a kid, like a book when you're a kid, I don't know. I can't really think of it off the top of my head now.
A fairy tale.
Yeah, like a fairy tale book. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's just
more like the grim side of fairy tales.
Yeah, yeah.
Fractured fairy tales.
But what's really cool is there's parts when you just walk around. It's a side scroller game. It's but then you can see stuff happening in the background, and there's a whole world you can see that you can't actually go to yet. In the background, you can see these giants walking around, and there's all kinds of cool stuff going on, and no, but so I really enjoy it. I just love there's a lot of cool characters in the game. The story, is it's like I said, if it's if you know fairy tales and stuff, you'll this one. I don't really. I it's almost a copy off. I don't want to say it because it spoils the story, but it's basically a copy off a very popular Disney movie. It's also a fairy tale. But what was really cool about the game actually to me was the puzzles are pretty ridiculously easy, but the combat I thought was interesting. Kind of almost like it's a turn-based fighter RPG, but with the cool little side thing too. Well, I thought Bravely Default it was an old school RPG, but it had had a cool where you can actually use a strategy. You can use 4 moves in advance.
Yeah.
This one, it's you have this bar at the bottom of the screen, and you have you and one other person in your party at a time, on actually fighting in these battles. And there's a bar, and it says wait. And the first 75% of the bar is wait, and then you get to the 75% point, and it says you pick your move that you want to do, like cast a spell or use a potion or attack or whatever. And then you have this depending on how your speed up is, you can once it gets to the end, you attack the person. But there's there's all of you are in it, so you have up to 3 enemies at a time plus your teammate. And if you get attacked while you're between the casting time and the time between the time you pick your move and you actually do the move, which can be 3-4 seconds. If your character gets hit in that point, you have to start all the way back at the beginning of the bar. So it's kind of a cool way where I can actually I went through a whole boss fight where the boss didn't even hit me once because I just timed up where you can actually speed up your casting times and slow theirs down or paralyze them and they just stop and they can't do anything. And basically you just and you also had like this weird like Jack talked about, you had a firefly with you,
Yep.
and you can actually hold the L2 button over your enemy, and it will slow them down as well.
Yep.
But I mean, it sounds like easy. Oh, we'll just hold over and slow them down all the time. But what the strategy is that you can actually just, like I said, you can just keep hitting this one enemy over and over again, or enemies, and they won't hit you at all if you use the right strategy. Like you can do one where, like, I had like this one cool moment where I used the attack where it attacks all 3 opponents.
Yeah.
And all 3 of them were actually inside the casting area, so I hit all 3 of them. And they all freaking went back to the beginning. I just did this over and over and over again. And it was a boss fight. And it was just kind of cool. I thought it was pretty cool, just different change up on the JR. I like what the JRPGs are doing now with the old sites, with the old turn-based. It's not just, if you hit attack, things like this. Like I said, Brother Default was cool. I really liked this one. It was pretty fun just going through and, like, take a few turns, figure out the strategy, figure out what they do. Because some of the bosses, if you attack them in this casting, they can do something where it heals them every time, so you don't want to do it. So maybe it's better to get hit. I don't know. Overall, I would say this is probably the best gaming experience I've had in probably a year. The past year now. It's not the best game.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But I mean, just like I talked about, like, I beat this game in 2 sit-ins. I played it for 7 hours straight. I mean, it's actually a pretty long game too. I think it probably took me about 12 hours to beat it. It's $15 on, I believe it's on PS4 and Xbox One, and I believe it's on PC, 360, and PS3. I would say it's definitely a must check out if you like the Bastions of the world, and like you like Bravely Default, you like some of those old school RPGs, and you really want to check out a really cool just art design, like crap. What's the puzzle game that came out that John Blow made? Braid. It's kind of got the same art style as Braid, even. Oh. So I would say this is definitely a buy for me.
Well, one thing I could actually say about Child of Light and stuff is a lot of the graphics and stuff, the art style is really based upon, like, the Rayman, like, oh gosh, what was it? The Rayman, like, oh jeez.
Legends?
Not just Legends, though, but just like the Rayman, like, damn it, I'm trying to think of the word here. It's Engine, that's what it was. The Rayman Engine.
Well, it's same developers.
Yeah, same developers and stuff like that, and yeah, I agree with you. A lot of that stuff is pretty fun and stuff. The only reason why I haven't really gotten back to it is because I've just been playing the same old stuff as I've been doing for the past week now, which pretty much if the people are listening at home, it's like, yeah, I'm playing more Pokemon Y. Hey, Big Whoop, want to fight about it? Anyway, but
you want to fight about it?
No, I was inside of a tournament for a specific message board, and I went through the first round pretty good. I lost my second round, 2-0 or so like that, because it's like the best out of 3, right? And so you have like all sorts of particular teams and stuff like that, just going through this tournament bracket. But I ended up losing oh boy, I would get out the guys beginning Pokemon for the first for both rounds, right? But I would end up stalling upon the second or possibly even the third when he did a major switch out. But mostly what I have been doing right now has just been going back and checking through a lot of the Pokemon that I've gotten through Wonder Trades, just because I was just curious. Oh hey, what type of I wonder if any of these have perfect IVs, what IVs...
Chances are, if you're getting them from Wonder Trade, they're not perfect.
Well, of course they're not perfect.
Unless some person is like, I have plenty of fucking perfect Pokemon given away from random.
Which, you know what?
Maybe one... That's 1 in 1,000 chance.
That's probably a 1 in 12 chance, though, but I actually have... these perfect IVs mean is just... Basically, once a Pokemon's hatched, a particular stat... or multiple stats can have this ideal type of number where it's just the best that it could be at that particular stat. So I was just checking through Wonder Trades, and I would find one Pokemon that I would have maybe 1, and then I started finding Pokemon that had 4 or 5. What the hell? I have this Froakie and it has like 5 perfect IVs. It's oh my god.
The thing about that though is being a competitive Pokemon player is fucking
ridiculous. Yes, it is.
Ridiculous, because it's not like you can find these IVs in game. you have to go to other websites.
They're really hidden,
dedicated just to find calculators.
Well, here's the thing with Pokemon Y. It's after you beat the game, you go to this one like specific place, and inside that Pokemon Center, you have an actual like IV checker. Like this, you talk to this one NPC character.
Oh, so they actually put it in the game.
Yeah, they actually have it in the game now, so it's no longer going to a website and calculating, oh, this guy does not have a perfect IV. Okay, back to the drawing board. You can actually hatch a bunch of eggs, go to this one NPC character, and then check, and he'll actually say, like, oh my god, this guy has like the best potential or something like that. And he would list all the stats that they say they're the best of the best and stuff like that. So that's generally what I've been doing, like for the Wonder Trade stuff. But
if you're a fan of Pokemon and you remember like in the early first season, that guy who had his own gym and he was just making his Pokemon work out, that's basically what Gabe is doing, minus making them work out and making them breathe.
Yeah, the thing about these IV like training like things in general, it's real. Like Knuckles saying, it was really hidden inside the last couple like generations of Pokemon games because not a lot of people, including myself, actually knew about it until we actually started to go in and just discover them on random websites, like say like Cerebi.net or like YouTube or whatsoever. But you know, Knuckles is also right. It's gosh, it's just very time consuming though. But I mean, I've already chalked up like about 120 hours on Pokemon Y, and that's just from basically going through. I beat the main game like in about 40 or 50, and the rest of the time's been spent either like getting Pokemon through Wonder Trade, breeding the right ideal like Pokemon, getting a bunch of shiny Pokemon, which I've gotten one through hatching. I've actually imported a couple.
And then you try to get that shiny competitive Pokemon so you can actually
you know what? I've actually been thinking about that, but I'm not too sure if we'll actually go through with it.
that makes it even a shit ton
that makes
harder.
it more extreme, but in actuality, that type of challenge is kind of appealing because after you...
Or you can just get a Game Shark and make your own luck.
But what's the fun in that? You know, it's like that's just cheating, just to give you like all sorts of various stuff that you could have easily have gotten inside the game itself. You know.
Yeah, it's 5 minutes or 40 hours. I'll choose the 5 minute
I would
option.
understand that too.
But
what I really want to say though, to like the listeners listening and stuff like that, is just this is just particularly like what I choose to do with Pokemon and stuff, because this is the one game in a very long time where I just want to play nothing but this game because I want to see what else I can do with it. It's just that feeling like what I had back in the day when I was a kid, when I would play specific games like almost for like a month or two because I want to play them. I want to see what else I can do with them. I mean, like the old wrestling games I used to play as well. I used to experiment with new characters, do this, do that. It's exactly what I'm doing with Pokemon Y. What I am not saying, though, is you don't have to do what I'm doing, obviously, because, obviously, a lot of this is repetitive. And, yeah.
A question, Jack. Would you say it's harder to go back and get the 151 on Red, Blue, and Yellow than it is to get the 700 and something now?
God, that's a good question. Let's see.
I think with Wonder Trade, it could be a lot easier if you get lucky with Wonder Trade. If you do it enough, I mean.
Well, you have nowadays, like you said, we have people like I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Jackson, Washington, and Gingerboy is in Iowa.
Why do you say it so condescendingly when you say Iowa?
Oh, come on, Iowa. What do you have? Corn?
You have potatoes. No.
What do you have in Tennessee again?
I know.
I have carpet mills, cotton, rice patties. What?
We have bacon, barbecue.
Yeah, bacon. Oh, we have bacon and barbecue too.
I have trees,
Not
apples,
Iowa.
and rain.
And the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that's what we have. But as I was saying, when we were kids, we couldn't do this shit.
Not at all.
I like. Yes, because we're so old in our mid-20s.
But to answer your question from earlier, I would think that it's absolutely fucking harder to go through and get the 700 and some right now, even with Wonder Trade, even with all this other stuff, because you got all these
Wonder Trade, and we can talk to people from. I don't consider it to be that hard when you can have 3 people working on the same game, and then after you collect that, maybe 150. You can just trade each other back and forth.
Yeah.
Instantly.
Well, here's what you.
But like, back when Red and Blue and Yellow was, you had to know a friend that had a Game Boy, had one of those games, and you had to have some way to convince your parents.
Or
to
if
get a
you're
link
like
cable.
me or something like that, you had 2 Game Boy Colors and stuff like that with red, blue, and yellow, and a link
Which
cable.
I eventually had when I got a Game Boy Advance.
But here's the thing. What makes this harder to get the 700 and something Pokemon now is because of the event legendary Pokemon. You're truly not getting them all unless you are actually were inside the past previous generations, and then you got the legendary Pokemon through event circumstances, and then have to transfer them via Pokemon Bank or whatever to X and Y, and then all of a sudden, I mean, I'm like 120 hours or so inside Pokemon Y, and I got like about 551 that's registered in my Pokedex.
Oh.
But it was easier for me, obviously, back in the day, but because of the whole link cables, the Game Boy Colors, the friends that I would have that were like trading back and forth. But there is one other thing I want to say before we get into the actual topics and stuff. I've actually been going forth, and I bought an actual DVD set for something, you know. Surprise, surprise.
Backdoor Sluts 1 through 9.
Oh no! I actually picked up the first season of Gargoyles, that old Disney.
Oh my god!
The old.
Wow, you're a nerd.
Well, the thing about why I picked it up is because as a child I knew of its existence and stuff like that. I just never had a chance to watch it because some of my parents and even some of my aunts and uncles wouldn't let me watch the show because, oh my god, it's gargoyles, it's demonic, all this other, pitiful shit. So I went through...
Yeah, because if you were actually knowing it, the gargoyles are actually meant to protect you.
Exactly. I knew about that. But no, they wouldn't let me watch that. And almost Ren and Stimpy as well, but that's a different story. But yeah, I was just inside of my local Walmart like a week or two ago, and I see the first season of it for like about $10. Like, oh, okay, I'll just pick it up because I'm interested. I watched the first season, and oh my god, this is actually pretty damn good. And this series is like about 20 years old now because it was first debuted back in 1994 on like Disney's little animation block that they had for like weekdays and weekends. And let's see. I actually went through all 13 episodes of it. I got various bunch of stuff, and just not even like a couple days ago, I actually got season 2, and I have not even began watching that yet. So,
oh my god,
dude, it's just that thing. When I find something that I really want to watch, and it's very rare that I do this, I go through the entire series. Last time I did that was with Twin Peaks, back in 2012.
They did it with Firefly last year.
Well, actually, yeah, Firefly was the last one. The one before
took about 6 months talking and watching it.
6 months for fucking 14 episodes.
Yeah, I know, right? I really got to get into the mood to watch something.
I'm gonna go back and watch Firefly.
I already did that. I bought Serenity on Blu-ray for $4
the other day. That movie is so fun.
It's worth it just for the extra stuff.
Oh yeah. But anyway, let's go inside our actual topics.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Alright, well, let's see. Next one on the agenda right here. Alice from the Resident Evil movies will be inside Resident Evil 7. What the hell is this shit?
So, Knuckles is more upset about this. I read the headline, and it's not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
Alice will be in Resident Evil 7, but she will not be in the actual main campaign that we know of, at least. She will just be the online mercenaries mode. She will be a playable character in that.
Yeah, watch her have a cameo instead of the main campaign.
But even the fact that she's existing in the game makes the movies and the games a part of the same universe now.
Yeah, and then it's actually kind of an interesting thing I was reading about. Resident Evil 7 was initially supposed to be a Xbox One exclusive.
Good luck with that.
And now there was a poster. The poster came out last week, and I touched on it a little bit on our last episode. But a poster came out, and it actually only shows the PlayStation logo on it. Doesn't show the Xbox one on it, but it was a poster from Japan. They usually don't post things with Xbox stuff on it. So
the Xbox just came out in Japan like a couple weeks ago.
Japan's pretty. They're very supportive of Japanese companies. So that was I'm glad to hear that because I am interested in Resident Evil 7, and it sounds like the main villain from the Wesker will be back in 7.
Oh,
to confront Jake. Only 5 times.
Well, what I was meaning by my little retort from earlier and stuff, it's like, yeah, Resident Evil 7, like, yeah, Xbox would be like, what, Xbox One exclusive or something like that. Like, without Portal, like Resident Evil 6 did, like, even on, like, multiple consoles and stuff like that, it wouldn't have been a smart move to even do exclusive stuff, but...
Yeah, but it still sells really well.
True.
You say what you want about it.
I was an idiot and bought it.
I bought it too, even after I read the reviews. I still went and bought it day one.
I didn't want to play it.
I played the demo and I still bought it.
Didn't play it. I played like 5 minutes of it. It's like, no, I'm just gonna try to enjoy it when the game comes out. Bought it, hated it. Did the same shit with Operation Raccoon City.
So yeah.
Which was better than
So we haven't
Resident
seen
Evil
any
6.
type of gameplay or any type of actual footage.
No, they're going to announce it at... they're officially going to show it off at E3.
Okay.
Yay, video games at E3!
I just hope that it's just not going to be another like action-oriented shooter or something like that, because that would be really lame.
No, we want more of those.
Action shooter with kung fu.
I mean, I know they try to appeal, or the companies try to appeal with what works and stuff, selling-wise for certain gamers, which... Obviously, they want the same type of... Some gamers want the same type of experiences, like, say, with Call of Duty, with Battlefield, with stuff like that, but...
Yeah, because that's definitely what I want when I play a Resident Evil game, Call of Duty.
Yeah, but they want to get to the bigger audience, you know?
Yeah, they want to expand their audience.
They'll sacrifice us niche players to get the big ones.
Actually buy their freaking games if they implement elements from, like Call of Duty or whatever. But, well, anyway, let's just go on to the next topic right here. You know, speaking of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare was announced. What was it, like on a Sunday?
It looks like Halo before
Halo.
It was like, if you're into the backstory of Halo, which I know neither of you are, Master Chief and all those other idiot Spartans had suits before they had those, that had Echo suits before they had, those full
they
body
also have
armor,
multiple, like Spartan models as well,
and,
right? Like say Spartan 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, it looks like some like the heavy duty like Juggernaut-esque characters that showed off in the trailer look like fucking more realistic Spartans.
Yeah,
it looks like a Advanced Warfare. They announced they had the release trailer come out over the weekend.
Okay.
Best part about the trailer. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, that's where my point was going to be. They have sold me on a rental from Redbox to play the campaign. That is for sure.
And all of us,
you have me there. Redbox has my $2.
I'm gonna have to go with Dave and say this. Maybe if Kevin Spacey's yelling at me in multiplayer, I might actually enjoy it.
Yelling at him as Lex
Luthor. If we can be Ice-T from Black Ops in this one.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube,
just
Ice
yelling at you like Lex Luthor or something, Superman. Oh, I see you put the bomb there. Wrong!
Be safe. Wrong. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Or just do his little performance from K-Pax.
He's gonna do
that. Oh man, that'd be funny.
Yeah, we need that. It basically it's. I think Advanced Warfare is actually the video game version of House of Cards. That's what it is, basically.
Call of Duty, House of Cards.
I'm cool with that. That's fine. Actually, just give me. I'd rather play a House of Cards video game. But...
House of Cards Advanced Warfare.
Yes. Make that happen. Make that happen. I'll play Activision. Make it. Just call it House of Cards. Forget Call of Duty this year.
Okay. Now our next topic here on the agenda here, the latest PS4 update. So what's this all about?
Oh, this update appeals to the people who like to capture for like YouTube videos, like Let's Plays or reviews. This update removes the HDCP, which basically blocks HD capture from your external
like via HDMI ports and stuff like that.
Yeah, for your HDMI ports. So if you're like me and had Elgato before this update, you plug it into your laptop and plug it into your PS4, you could hear the game sound, but all the content is blocked.
Man.
So, yeah, you couldn't actually legally capture video from it. And before this, there was an illegal way to do it, but I didn't want to risk it, and I'm not going to jeopardize our near future if for something that can sue us for multi-million-dollars.
Well,
yeah.
Luckily, your name's on it.
Speaking of,
luckily you're majority owner.
Software Knuckles, you really need to ship me your hog and stuff that you got.
I do.
No, what I really like about this, though, I do like the Share Factory. You can dim the light on your controller now.
It's like,
yeah,
I did that. Not a real difference.
I noticed a little difference. I mean, like, I'm getting an extra hour or two out of it, but no, I do like
the light's not really that dim. Is what I mean.
Oh yeah, the lights. No, the battery life's better, but yeah, the light's not.
Understand.
But whatever. But what?
My definition of dim and their definition of dim aren't the same thing.
Yeah, there's like 3 options: normal, brighter, dimmer, and it's like about 10%.
No,
darker.
it's like a normal, which is fucking a flashlight. Dimmer
is your brights on your car?
Dim is like maybe a half this tiny little bit difference,
like 4% darker.
4% darker, yeah, and then completely dim is maybe 6%.
Yeah,
not that big of a difference. You can notice a change, but it's not that big of a difference.
I have a gripe with the whole sharing thing. Okay. So this is before the update. So I talked about last week how I played NBA. I had NBA 2K. I had this really cool moment when I was playing it the other day, where in my player mode, where I only control my one player. My team, we were down by 2 points with 20 seconds left, and I went up and I shot a 3-pointer with 10 seconds left, and we took a 1-point lead. And then the team came down, and the point guard went to go do an easy layup that would have won the game at the buzzer, and I blocked the shot, and we won the game. And I wanted to share it. I went to go share it, and let me do the previous 15 minutes, but it broken up into 2 blocks. The last 15 minutes of my gameplay, and there was like a 30-second gap there, right where that moment happened. Yep, I'm like, what? Like I've never shared anything yet on there. And I don't really care, but that was a really cool moment where I actually jumped up and I'm like, yeah, and I started pounding my chest and I'm like, yeah, I did that, yeah, and I'm like, I was really excited. I went to go share it and
it was gone.
But believe me when I say it.
Okay.
Okay, you're ending it there.
Yep.
Like you said, you brought up something I did a couple days ago. I started that streaming stuff too, because I heard about HDCP going away.
Mm-hmm.
So first off, I plugged up my Elgato. Took me fucking 15 minutes to figure out. Oh, you need to manually turn off the HDCP. Yeah, it's in the settings. You have to go over to your settings. Go to video, and it shows you all those settings and shit. Well, in the checkbox it has enable HDCP already primarily checked off already, and you have to go in and disable that so you can capture. And it's like, oh my god, I thought something was fucking wrong with my capture card. Because it didn't say anything after the update.
Yeah, conveniently, they say nothing about it in their update where you have to manually go through and turn it off. You just naturally assume that it was automatically off.
Yeah, well, I spent probably about 2.5 hours trying to start a stream on Twitch, where eventually I said, fuck it, I'll unplug my Elgato, press the stream button, or the share button, went to Twitch, loaded it up, alright, cool, I'm streaming. 5 minutes later, could not connect to server. Stream just turned off. Like, fuck. Turned it back on again. Got back. Went to action where I was about to fight a boss. Stream disconnected. And I was fighting with that thing for probably about another 30 minutes. So like, you know what? Fuck it. I turned my, God, what was it? My composition where 720 and all that other shit. I was turned that down to like low. So basically I'm streaming at standard definition. Oh, without a flaw. That's great. I'm streaming 720p. I have a game that's 720p. Can't stream it at that. Yeah, which aggravated me. It's like, not fucking. I'm glad no one's watching this shit. If I was one of those top streamers that had like a million viewers watching that shit, I would be pissed off.
Obviously, but yeah,
I was just trying to get it set up and I couldn't do it.
But, one thing I can say about this PlayStation update, I've actually went in and tried the whole Share Factory software that they have, and that you have to download and stuff like that. I've noticed that when it came to actually uploading and like sharing things, you can only do it maybe like to Facebook or something like that, to like some like uploading certain
you can share it to Facebook
footage and certain things.
I thought I saw something in that article about you can save it to an external.
Well, if that's the
USB
case, then I'm gonna have
device.
to try to clear out the freaking USB device or something like that. Man.
I would recommend getting a external hard drive because videos take up a lot of fucking space.
Well, I know they do. They could take
And
up like about a couple gigs.
720 HD video, that's probably about 15 minutes long. Takes up about 15 gigs.
15 gigs? Jesus Christ.
Yep. You don't even want to know what a 1020 does or 1080.
Oof. Man, that is just a lot of space. But, anyway, let's go ahead and get on to our next topic right here. Let's see. So, we have there was like a first review here for Mario Kart 8 that was leaked, and basically what in the world did happen right here, and who was the one that leaked it?
It was actually, I believe it was in Europe. A game.
Of course, it comes from Europe.
Oh, it's Europe.
Yeah, it was I believe it was a Game Pro in Europe.
Pro.
This isn't.
Game
I
Pro.
believe it's Game Pro.
Pro's still relevant.
From the dead.
Well, at least in Europe it is apparently. But this isn't. It's not just rumored. There was no visual proof of it, but it came out. It got a 90, and it got a 90 out of 100. Mm-hmm. Everything was good. Track's good. Character's cool. The only thing they said they didn't like about it is blue shells are a bigger problem than ever before.
Really?
This might make me hate the game if this is true.
Everyone that's in front of them?
If this is the case, this will ruin Mario Kart for me. I hate blue shells.
Oh, too common. I see it now.
Dude, there's an actual item where you can actually just take out blue shells,
I don't care. Still make me mad. If you don't have it, it's kind of useless.
Well, yeah, that too, though. But still, there is a way you can actually prevent yourself from getting hit from blue shells, and you can always do that trick, where you can slow way down, have someone else pass you, and they get the blue shell brunt.
That's
and
very
then
true.
You speed up past them as they're fucked up.
Yep.
Believe me, I am the best Mario Kart player in the world. I know these tricks. It still annoys me though.
I challenge you now. Live on the episode.
Okay, well, tell you what, you buy a Wii U and we'll play Mario Kart 8 whenever you want.
I mean, on the Mario Kart, we have one of the 3DSs.
Nope. I'm playing on Wii U.
That's right.
I want to do some anti-gravity shit.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the 3DSs, though.
I know. Still want to do it on the Wii U. I mainly just want to get Knuckles to buy a Wii U.
And still on the Mario Kart 8.
I'll buy it and then return it the next day right after I beat your ass.
I'd be too busy crying in a corner.
Knuckles is
Nah, it's like, is there anything wrong with it? Nah, I just want to beat some kid's ass.
And I failed miserably.
And Walmart still takes it back. Hey.
I work there. Why wouldn't they?
Well, it won't. It'll be broken because actually there's so many tears on it. It just soaked into the console. It's just too much wire damage.
You'll be talking about your console.
I might cry because I'm so happy I have a Wii U, but
But you know what? We're still on the news here for Mario Kart 8. Apparently, it's going to be hitting 60 frames per second with 1080 HP, 1080 HD, whatever.
That's
stuff.
great. A Mario
that's
Kart
good.
game that's
a standard, good standard
Hey.
fidelity. That's nice.
Yeah, Call of Duty can't do that on the Xbox. The Xbox One can't do that. So suck it, Microsoft.
No, can I just say that a freaking game on a next generation console can't keep with 60 frames per second on 1080?
Well, it's because of the screen tearing and all the other pop-in stuff. It's the 60 frames per second only really matters when you're playing Twitch shooters
and racing games.
Well, racing games, fighting games, like first-person shooters. Just the competitive aspect, though.
Everything but JRPGs.
Yeah, you could play that. You could use fucking 10 frames per second on JRPG. It'd be fun.
Unless it's something like Borderlands.
That's not a JRPG.
I know it's not a JRPG, but
it's more of a Twitch shooter than it is a
You're
JRPG.
a Twitch shooter.
Okay, well, going on. Is it too soon for an Xbox One price drop?
No.
I don't think so.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
See, I had to qualify that. See, I'm the only person here that has an Xbox One.
Who bought it before the last price drop?
There wasn't a price drop.
Well, Titanfall.
That was a bundle.
Yeah, but it was basically a price drop.
The only type of price things that we've been seeing is really the advertisements from certain retailers like Walmart and Target or something like that had the Titanfall Xbox One bundles for $450 or something.
Yeah, for it was only a week though. No, I don't know. There's talk of them, Microsoft and actually Sony, doing a price drop announcing one at E3 anyways. I don't know. I think it's a little too soon to start. Basically, I think a price drop is almost hitting the panic button, and I would say, see the big games we got, and what we got coming out the next 6-12 months.
I heard there might be a cheaper Xbox One coming out this year, or
the one with
E3 that has no disc drive.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for months though. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
I mean, but no, I think if we're talking about just a regular console we got now, I mean, I would say show us what you got at E3. Give it another, go through the holiday season. If you have big games coming out for it, and then if you got big games coming out for it next spring, if it still hasn't, the ship hasn't straightened out here, and you're still getting blown out by Sony and PlayStation 4, then maybe do a price drop. Maybe go down to $100 or $50 to $100.
Well,
I don't know.
For the record and stuff like that, yeah, the Xbox One has really not. I mean, they're not per se struggling and stuff. They're still doing good in terms of sales and actual stuff like that. It's just compared to Sony's right now. I mean, Sony's just knocking it out of the park with just craziness with a lot of their stuff. But when it actually comes to
they have Sony has a game a week for pretty much all these indie games.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, they have. Xbox One's getting some of these same games as well, but
but they're not pushing the console.
Right.
I can turn on my Xbox One right now, and I can see more TV advertisements than I can gaming advertisements.
Yeah, I think that they are hitting. I mean, they went after the casual market again, almost like Nintendo did with the Wii U, and
but they're not holding it like Nintendo.
No, and they don't have that one thing that's going to convince people. Oh, this is something new. It's going to be that hits the right time and stuff. It convinces people to buy the console.
Yeah, and the Titanfall was it, but
I'm sure this fall they're going to have games for
that's what I'm saying. Games. Given that at least another 6 months, get through the holiday season. I mean, maybe I could see him want to do it before the holiday season, get a nice little bump. But I'd say as far as profitability, you would want to hold off. I mean, if you got something big, like Gears of War or Halo 5's coming, keep it where it is.
There's rumors that Halo 2 anniversary is coming this year.
That would not surprise me at all.
They did say, I believe they said they're going to show some stuff for Halo 5.
Yeah, Halo 5 is supposed to be coming out too. There's a Halo game that's out this year. We know that.
Well,
yeah, and then we got Gears of War. We're going to see something in the next Gears of War game. So I mean, there's stuff.
We're probably sometime next year.
Yeah, but I mean, if it comes out early next year, I just think, like I said, I mean, if you have some good games come out, good or popular exclusives,
there are going to be good games out, but not going to really be any exclusives.
Right.
Well, I mean, but if Halo and Gears of War, they're probably two of the biggest franchises. If those games come out,
they're not going to have Halo and Gears of War compete with each other. Since they're both
Microsoft. But I'm saying if they had Halo this fall and then Gears of War in March, then that will push sales. Halo will push sales. If Halo doesn't push sales, and then a price drop, because I just, like I said, it's been.
If Halo doesn't push console sales for Xbox, yeah, you might as well just
pack it up,
back up, and come up with something new.
I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny. Where it seems like every month when they announce the new sales figures, like everybody's panicking about saying Xbox is doomed. I'm like, we're 7 months in. And then what's going to probably be a 10-year life cycle.
People say the same thing about Nintendo constantly, but they're still in the game. I don't think Microsoft's going to fold just because of a few months being unreasonable and stuff for them.
You say Nintendo's in the game; they've been hurting for almost a year.
They have.
Yeah, I mean, but you look at the Wii U; it's still selling. I mean, it's getting better. I mean, their sales have increased over the last year as far as the console's gone. But yeah,
sales are going to boost when Mario Kart and that Smash Bros. Game comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about a lot last week.
Let's just keep.
I wasn't here last week, so hey.
Yeah.
But anyway, with the pricing thing for like Microsoft Xbox One and stuff like that, I feel that it wouldn't be out of the question maybe to have like say like a $50 like price cut or something like that. I do not see them actually going like to $400 or something like that. They could go with the disc-based one, but I don't think that's going to be the smartest idea. But
yeah, unless the thing's like $200, that's a terrible thing to.
Think about it. If they go with a discless drive, that means they'd be pushing their digital delivery. Yeah. They wouldn't have to pay Sony for that Blu-ray, that shitty Blu-ray player, and they'll be making more money. It's like
if it sells, I mean, it's just
if it sells.
The problem is you got a lot of Xbox Ones sitting on shelves right now that no one's buying. I mean, are they gonna?
I personally can't go. I go into my work and I don't see any new consoles.
I see them everywhere.
All of them are sold out.
I'm gonna make I'm just gonna make an E3 prediction right now and stuff like that. I think that Microsoft will probably end
new console.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just
Xbox 2.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just say right now that Microsoft probably will like have some sort of like Xbox One bundle, probably for about $450 or something like that, with no like Kinect or something with it, and packed in with maybe Halo 5 or something. Something that would spur maybe some sales or something like that, while keeping in mind and stuff the people who just don't want to like give a Kinect a try and stuff like that.
They also have to announce it and not piss off their current demographic, which majority of them probably are.
They'll all get Cameo 2 for free.
Hey, it was a bad game though, Cameo.
all 360 users with gold are getting Saints Row 3rd.
Woo!
Yay!
It was on PS Plus a year and a half ago.
In other news, Xbox Live owners, welcome to 2011.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a good game. That was a fun
I agree, and
game.
it's one of my favorite games. Saints Row the Third. But anyway, let's go ahead and just wrap up We're gonna go ahead and just wrap up the episode. I'm just gonna go inside my Wrestler of the Week, which is a no-brainer for this week, because I've watching Raw last night, because we're recording on Tuesday instead of our usual stuff that we're doing, and one wrestler in particular kind of stood out and stuff like that.
I know where he's going.
And that wrestler's name is Adam Rose.
Don't be a lemon.
Don't be a lemon.
Be a rosebud.
That whole freaking like spiel with him and Zeb Coulter and Jack Swagger, that was just hilarious. Because you have, for all those who don't know who Adam Rose is, he's a guy that came on to NXT, WWE like NXT and stuff like that for like a short time, and he got so popular over there that they decided to put him on the main roster. Yeah. He's a good wrestler. I mean, I haven't seen very many of his matches.
He's only had like 3 or 4. He's only in NXT for like 6 weeks before they brought him up. So
here's his gimmick, pretty much. He's a party dude, right? And he's on this party bus, and he has this entourage of like partiers and all this stuff. So there's like guys like with like streamers, just like people with bunny suits. There's like little people and everything. And the best part about it is they freaking carry him to the ring and stuff.
Yeah. He'll jump off like the apron, and they'll catch him, and it's He's like like an '80s British like like in a rock band. He's wearing like he's got the whole outfit going with
love.
You know,
80s, man. It's more like a fucking like 1960s type of thing because that psychedelic music like
yeah.
Like the one of my favorite parts about that whole skit last night is like he comes in the ring. It's like Zeb Coulter's like just looking up like who the fuck is this? He just grabs his beard. It's like, oh, Zeb, don't be a lemon, be a rosebud.
It's so stupid. It's awesome.
And he just tosses out swagger, and everybody just comes and starts partying. You're like, whoa.
Oh, it's awesome.
But anyway, that's the wrestler of the week, Adam Rose. I mean, seriously, if you're even a little bit of a wrestling fan, which probably those that are listening still probably are, go ahead and just check out Adam Rose's like thing for WWE on YouTube or wherever. But anyway, Knuckles, do you have any type of random Twitter follower of the week?
I think he got dropped.
Okay, I guess that would be a no.
His screen is frozen on Google Chat. He's just got this weird smile on his face. It's creepy. He's got this weird like smirk. I don't know what's going on. It's really creeping me out. I don't like it.
In other news, Knuckles is a serial killer. Anyway, I guess he doesn't.
He would have dropped out.
And he dropped out.
How that awesome fiber optics, huh?
So as we're waiting for Knuckles,
we must fill time.
You can visit us on our freaking like drunk-nerds.proboards.com, our message board that we've got if you really want to keep in tabs or ask us questions or whatsoever. Also, please, whatever you do, just give us some sort of feedback for our podcast. So comment, rate, subscribe. Just do basically whatever you feel like. If you like the podcast, give us a rating.
We love you.
Yes, we do. Just not in a creepy, like, platonic way. Anyway.
I do.
Also, check us out on Facebook. We have our own, like, dedicated Facebook group, which is Drunk-Nerds, obviously. And on Twitter, it's Drunk_Nerds. So, to wrap up episode 47, I have been your host, the Jack of Hearts.
I was Gingerboy.
And I've been pretty drunk.
So, normal Knuckles.
So, good night.
Good night.
And remember, don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. Excuse me. You too many beers there. Anyways, we're on iTunes now, so go on there, check us out, and if you like us, leave us a review, and we'll even shout you out. And Jack will send you his credit card number.